In a valley painted with the colors of 1,000 flowers, a deep, silent ravine carved the world in two. On one side lived Reno, a fox with a heart full of courage and a spirit as bright as the morning sun. On the other lived Leah, a rabbit whose bravery was as quiet and gentle as her heart was kind. Though separated by the vast emptiness of the canyon, their friendship was a bridge of its own, woven from laughter and dreams shared across the chasm every day. They would shout their promises to the wind, vowing that one day they would build a real bridge, a wooden path to finally bring them together. One morning, the sky turned a dark, bruised purple. A mysterious storm, unlike any before, raged through the valley. Thunder echoed like the roar of a giant, and lightning tore at the ancient stone path that had long been the valley's only crossing. When the storm finally passed, the path was gone, crumbled into the abyss. Whispers began to creep through the valley, carried on the wind like frightened leaves. They spoke of a monster, a shadowy beast lurking in the depths of the ravine, awakened by the storm. Fear, a seed planted by the unknown, began to sprout in the hearts of the valley's inhabitants on her side of the canyon. Leah found herself trapped. The storm had washed away the trail to the safety of the upper meadows. Was that a claw? A pair of gleaming eyes? The fear was so real. He could almost feel its cold breath on his fur. Her calls for help were small against the vastness of the ravine, but they reached Reno, carried by the echo of their friendship. Seeing her in danger, a fire ignited in Reno's chest, burning away any trace of fear. He looked at the broken, splintered remnants of the old bridge, a treacherous and terrifying sight. But the thought of Leah, alone and scared, was a greater fear than any monster or any fall. He knew what he had to do. He would cross the broken bridge. He would save his friend. His journey began with a single, trembling step. The wind howled, whispering the same frightening rumors he had heard from the others. A monster waits below, it seemed to hiss. Turn back, little fox. With every step onto a creaking, unstable plank, Reno's heart pounded in his ears. He saw shadows dance in the depths, morphing into terrifying shapes in his mind's eye. He froze, his paws glued to the wood. The stories, the whispers, the fear of the unknown, it was all becoming too much. He was just one small fox against a monster. But then he looked across the canyon and saw Leah. She was huddled and small, but in her eyes, he didn't see fear, he saw trust. She trusted him. That single, silent message was more powerful than any monstrous roar. In that moment, Reno realized the truth. The shadows weren't a beast. The whispers weren't a warning. The monster wasn't in the ravine. It was inside him. It was the fear he had let in, the lies he had started to believe. It was the same fear that was keeping everyone in the valley apart, trapped on their own sides, believing in a monster that didn't exist. With this new understanding, his fear transformed into determination. He wasn't just crossing a broken bridge anymore. He was defeating a lie. He grabbed a loose rope, securing it to a sturdy rock. He pulled a fallen plank, then another. His paws working with a newfound purpose. He wasn't just fixing a path. He was rebuilding a connection. Each nail he hammered discusser, each plank he laid was a testament to his courage, a defiant shout against the fear that had held the valley captive. He was building more than a bridge of wood and rope. He was building a bridge of truth. The work was hard, his body ached, but his spirit soared. Slowly, painstakingly, the gap began to close. Plank by plank, a new path emerged from the wreckage, stronger and more certain than the one before. The other animals of the valley, who had been watching from afar, saw his work. They saw his bravery, his unwavering focus. They saw that there was no monster, only a friend trying to reach another. Inspired, they began to emerge from their homes. Their own fears melting away in the light of Reno's courage, they brought ropes and wood and helping hands, joining him in his task. The bridge was no longer just Reno's mission. It became the valley's hope. As the final plank was laid, a hush fell over the ravine. The sun, as if waiting for this very moment, began to rise, casting a brilliant golden light across the valley. Reno took his final step and was finally, for the first time, on the other side. Leah rushed forward, and they met in the middle of the bridge. Their long-awaited embrace, a symbol of their unbreakable bond. The rising sun bathed them in its warm glow, and as they stood together, their silhouettes on the new wood formed a perfect heart. It was a promise fulfilled, a testament to a friendship that had proven stronger than any storm, any distance, and any fear. The bridge stood not just as a path across a canyon, but as a reminder for all to see, a bridge built with honesty and courage, lit by the unwavering light of friendship, can connect even the most broken of worlds. Thank you so much for watching. We poured our hearts into this story, and we hope it touched yours. If you enjoyed Reno and Leah's journey, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more animated stories. We'd love to have you as part of our community. See you next time.